No one can say mid-size SUV without mentioning Toyota Highlander, and I'm here at Gettle Toyota of Charlotte County, Florida, checking out this brand new 2023 Toyota Highlander Platinum Edition. So this is the highest trim level that is available on the Highlander, and I'm super excited because while on the outside it might not seem like there are any changes at all from 2022, there actually are very significant changes underneath the hood and on the interior of this vehicle. So today I'm going to take you on a complete tour of this SUV, and we're going to check it out inside, outside, play with some cool and interesting features on the interior. At the end of this video, I'm going to take you for a spin in it. So if you're ready to go with me on this journey, well, before we do that, my name is Matt. Here on Matt the Car Guy, I post 2 car reviews every single week. If that's something you enjoy watching, check out the rest of my channel. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe. And after you watch this video, give me a thumbs up. This is the 4th generation Toyota Highlander. It was introduced back in 2020. I've done a 2021 model year, so it is definitely time to revisit. Overall, the shape hasn't really changed much, and I like it. It's nice, it's sleek, it's sport, it's stylish. I like the front end of it and the hood. It's really nicely sculpted with this indent in the middle, creating that better airflow, more aerodynamic look, and both raises on the side tapering off to the side of this vehicle. Now, as far as the headlight setup, well, it does have nice LED headlights and high beams. What I don't like about it, that it still has the incandescent turn signal. I'm not sure why Toyota does that kind of a hybrid combination lights, but there probably is a reason for their madness. And of course, there's a LED daytime running lights right underneath here. Well, scrolling down in here, you have this trim piece over here that includes the LED fog lights, really nice. And this is open partially on the sides to create that better airflow again. So it's really nice as far as the design. Love that red color. And then you have a lot of chrome in here. You have a lot of piano black. This is open, by the way, allowing for the maximum air to get inside and help with cooling off the engine. Toyota logo behind it, where some of the technology hides for the Toyota Sense 2.5. The rest of them is up on top. And then you have the front view camera, and then scrolling down, all the way down, you have a little bit of the matte black and finished off with this gunpowder metal looking trim. So overall, a very eye-pleasing design. One of the biggest changes is underneath the hood. Let's see what it is. No more V6. Right now, standard engine is 2.4 liter turbocharged, 265 horsepower, 310 pound-feet of torque, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Overall, the design hasn't changed on this vehicle, but I still like it. Check this out. It is a little bit thicker towards the front right here, then it scrolls down right here, a little bit thinner in the middle, and then the hips get bigger as you look in the back of this vehicle. Really nice, really sporty, aerodynamic look. I've always liked it since they first introduced it. Now, if you look at the front wheel and tire setup, you have those 20-inch multi-spoke rims. I like the color. It's a little bit darker than the regular aluminum. As far as the tires, 235 by 55s, and it's dressed in this Goodyear all-season tires. And I like that Toyota decided to go with the cladding only around the wheels instead of going all the way across. Now, on the premium level Highlander, I think that fits perfectly. What else do we have here? As far as the mirrors, you can see that they're color coordinated. As far as the top of the mirror, they have the camera right underneath here and the turn signal that's built in. In order to unfold them, put your hand inside of it because it does have that smart entry system. Mirrors unfold, you have the blind spot assist, it is a heated mirror. And then as far as the styling over here, check this out. Toyota decided to paint the front columns of the front pillars with the shiny black, piano black, as well as all of the other ones, so it makes it for the more cohesive look. Underneath here you see this chrome trim, but on top it's all dressed in black. Looks really well with this vehicle. You also have this low profile roof rails on top. So check this out, guys. It looks really good from the back. And I finally figured out the purpose of this sticking out lights. Well, if you talk about the car, you can actually lean against them, put your elbow on it, and then you kind of look cool, right? Well, I like the lights. I don't like that there's still a combination of incandescent and LED. I think it should be all LED. It would be much nicer and brighter. And I think maybe Toyota's got that in store for us for next year or next generation. But for now, that's what we have. You do have a nice gate spoiler with the third brake light in it. Still an exposed wiper, but if you see with some of the Lexuses, they're hiding it underneath it. So I have a feeling that that's gonna, you know, come down and be a part of Toyota logo. And then you have the Highlander spelled out on one side, Platinum on the other. We have this chrome trim on top of the bumper in here, and this polished metal or gunpowder metal rear bumper, or the insert on the rear bumper. You do have the reflector lights, and this vehicle doesn't have a trailer hitch, but if it did, it could tow up to 5,000 pounds. But as you can see, it is equipped with the sensor underneath here to lift this gate up, and that's exactly what it did. So let's check out the roominess inside. With the gate open, let's check this out really quick. Right on top of here, you have the power button for the gate. You also have a little QR code that you can scan in order to find out of how to open the gate, I guess. And then looking at the cargo space, behind the third row seat, you have about 16 cubic feet, which basically is the same which you'll find at the Kia Telluride, Honda Pilot, and so on. So it is quite large. It also has this compartment underneath here, which is not as deep as some of the other competitors, but it has the cargo cover that's in here. So if the seats are folded down, you can definitely use that. You have the tools for your spare tire, which is, by the way, located underneath the vehicle. And then you can see you have this big JBL speaker on one side. What else? Nothing else in here. Manual folding off the seats, which I think it would be so cool if they actually did that power folding of the seats, especially on the top trims. It would definitely make it a little bit more luxurious, but you do have quite a bit of room. And as you can see, this Platinum Edition is a 7-seater combination, 2, 2, and 3. And let's check this out from the interior. Sitting in the back, it feels spacious. The seats are nice and comfortable. I have probably about 2.5, maybe 3 inches above my head, even with this huge panoramic sunroof. Fairly decent as far as the shoulder room. I do have about 1 inch in front of me, so standard for this type of SUV. Now, does the seat move forward and back? It does, so it can accommodate maybe a little bit larger people in the back. And I'm actually going to jump inside the third row seat in just a little bit to show you of how much room there is in there. But before we do that, let's check out the rest of this interior. Starting off with the door panel in the back, you see it's nicely padded with this soft material, leather looking like material. Maybe it is real leather, and it is for the armrest and for the door handle over here. Now on top of here you have the simulated wood trim, door handle, you have the sunshade, manual sunshade, which is very important in my opinion. And then at the bottom of the door you have a little bit more storage. You can put a couple bottles of water maybe. And now let's get inside of here. I like this. I like how those seats are leather wrapped. They're perforated. They have their own armrests on both sides that it can be hidden if you're not using them. They actually have the cup holders right in the middle. No additional storage here, which would be nice, but you have seat back pockets on both driver and passenger seat. You also have your climate control in the back, and both rear seats are heated but not ventilated, so you can change your fan speed, temperature, vent settings, the whole 9 yards. And scrolling down in here, you also have your power station, which includes your regular household outlet, as well as 2 USB-C type ports down here. A very slight bump in the middle makes this floor almost flat, which is really, really nice. Now let me show you how to get into the rear seat. So we can move it up like this, and then I have to fold the seats back up. I'm gonna get in there and show you how much room there is. Well, it looks pretty tight in here. Let's see if I can even fit. All right, so I can sit here. It feels decent if I don't have the seat folded down. Let me move it back. All right, so if I have the seat all the way, there's no way that I would even be able to fit behind it. So it'd have to be quite a bit forward. Well, I gotta tell you, if it's an emergency, if you need to get somewhere 10-15 minutes, you know, you can do it. Long trip, I wouldn't definitely recommend it. What else do we have here? Third row seat, get their own air vents, get their own cup holders. So let's check how the doors sound when you close it on this Highlander. Boom. Nice, solid, no complaints here. Front door panel looking just like the rear one, with the addition of a little bit of this polished aluminum trim around here. So you do have the window, mirror, lock controls. You do have the 2 memory settings, the same kind of trim as we've seen in the back, and more storage at the bottom of the seat. Highlander right on the door sill. And check out the seats, nicely profiled. I actually like how comfortable they are. And they're of course power adjusted on both driver and passenger side. Before I jump in, let me see what there is over here. So you have the automatic lights, the view, which we're gonna check out. I think it's a 360 view on the camera. Automatic engine start stop button, turn that off feature, and then automatic gate, heated steering wheel, odometer, trip, and your brightness adjustment for the instrument cluster. You do have the adjustable steering wheel that's tilt and telescoping, but it is manual. Here's the 2023 Toyota Highlander interior. This is the Platinum version. It looks very premium, looks very good. Biggest change for this year is this screen right here, the 12.3-inch screen. I'm gonna check that out in just a little bit, but I want to show you the rest of it. So you can see it's nice, it's premium. This top tier right here, it's wrapped in this soft plastic material. You have this 3-dimensional looking trim in the middle, a little bit of the polished aluminum, nice deep pocket that you can, or shelf that you can put some stuff inside. As far as the passenger, leather wrapping, contrast stitching, really no complaints here. Big vents. Now you have the Twitter for JBL right on the pillar in the front, and then of course the infotainment system. Now we're gonna check this one out. As far as the front steering wheel, nice, it feels good to the touch. It's leather wrapped. It's got a bunch of buttons on both sides, like kind of the standard 3-spoke steering wheel, big Toyota logo. On the left hand side, we have basically what controls what's going on in the instrument cluster. Then you have your back button, volume control, voice control, and on the right hand side you have your cruise control, dynamic cruise control. Then you have the different tracks and modes as far as your media, and you can actually have the adjust the distance between you and the car in front of you, as well as this is your lane keep assist. Now you have this fully digital instrument cluster, and let's see what we have here. So on the left hand side you have a tachometer, right hand side speedometer. Now you have some different options in the middle of those 2 gauges, and I believe those are customizable. So in the middle here, what we have, you have message, hold OK to change settings. This is setting number 3, so as you can see, it adjusts what's going on in here. So there's some customization. I'm going to hold OK to see what we can change. So in the middle, here's your settings. Here's your lane keep assist, I believe. Blank screen, and go back to messages. So not much going on. On the left hand side, here's what you can change. You have the distance, compass, and then you have blank screen, and we're scrolling back down, tire pressure, and that's it. And on the left hand side you have the total trip, audio off, so you can display your audio in here. Scrolling down, eco mode, audio off, and I think we have one more. So yeah, fuel economy, eco indicator, driving support, navigation, audio. So there's some customization to here, more than Toyota has had in the past, which I'm really happy to report on that, because I've always complained about Toyota tech. And I shouldn't be this year because of this. Now, we've seen this system on the new Tundra, on the new Sequoia. I just done the new Lexus RX 350 that actually has a very similar version of it. So we're not going to set this up right now. Yes, and I do want to cancel setup, but I want to show you. This looks like what we've seen in the new Tundra and Sequoia for sure, right? So you have the navigation, which is subscription based. And as far as the media, okay, you have enable audio. So there you go. We can turn that down a little bit, but you have your FM, AM, Sirius XM as far as the sources. And then you can connect your phone. We can connect my phone to it, but not going to do it. We've done it before. It connects nicely, and you do have Android Auto. Maybe I should connect my phone to it just to show you guys how easy it is. So first of all, you go to phone, you click connect device, search for devices, and I'm going to search it on my phone as well to see what we have. It says available device Toyota Highlander. I'm going to hit pairing, see it found my phone. 270350, okay. It's going to ask me if I want to connect my Android Auto to it as well. Nope, I'm not going to do it. Start Android Auto. There you go. I don't know why it took a while, but here it is, Android Auto. And once it's connected, once the phone is remembered, then you can definitely make it quicker. But I actually do like it. It's basically a full display. On the right hand side you can see I'm 26 minutes away from home. You have your maps, all the apps that you would have on your phone. It could be different than what I have on mine. And going back to Toyota, you simply hit that Toyota logo. Then you go to the vehicle settings, and so you have a climate control, front and rear, different options, trip information, history, current. The vehicle's only got 67 miles on it. All-wheel drive, okay, that shows you where the torque would go. Now this is a front-wheel drive, so that doesn't have it. Vehicle alert, no alerts right now. Go to settings. I think there's a settings to turn off this annoying beep. Personal info, Bluetooth devices, general notifications. Maybe that's it. Nope. General, date and time, screen beep. There you go. Turn that off. Woo! Look at this. How nice it is. We don't have this annoying beep here. Okay, so personal info, general notifications, display, screen, automatic brightness, contrast. You can adjust that. As far as the camera, you can adjust that. And we're going to take a look at the camera really quick. So here's your Android Auto, all that stuff. Now, what I want to show you is the view button that we had on the left-hand side of the steering wheel. So let me find it, press it, and here it is. Seen that on the new Lexus? Okay, it kind of looks like it scrolls around the vehicle, showing you just the outline of the vehicle. So maybe that makes sense. I think as far as the settings, you can actually adjust the vehicle body color. So we're going to adjust that to what we have here. And undo that. And then if you go to the view portion of this vehicle again, now it should show us the red vehicle that we're sitting at right now. But you can't really stop it. You can't adjust it, which I found it a little bit odd on the Lexus as well. But there you go. It shows you a red vehicle. It also shows you the 360 view again in this little tiny egg-shaped. The vehicle is moving around, but you can't really do anything other than pause it. All right. Maybe that's work in progress and they really didn't think through it before they released it, but I doubt it. Might be a reason for it or something. You do have a volume knob in here, and then scrolling down, you see on the new Lexus, you actually have this as a part of the screen. Now with the Highlander, we have it as a separate and hard buttons, and some people might actually prefer that. So you have the heated ventilated seats, temperature control, nice big knobs. You have the screen in the middle, displays what the temperature is. Turn that off. Front window, defogger, rear window and mirror defroster, and you have this wiper cleanup in the back. Then you have the passenger controls. You can sync it, unsync it, rear controls, etc. You can turn off the rear. So a lot of different options that you have for your climate control. Scrolling down here, you have your wireless charging, which is really nice. Wireless Android Auto, and you put the phone on charger, let it charge up while connected to the vehicle itself. It's a really good idea. You have two USB-C ports down here, regular 12-volt power outlet, USB Type A, a little bit more storage, nice size cup holders. Over here you have your emergency brake, auto hold, traction control off. You have a snow mode even with this front wheel drive vehicle, and you do have drive modes. So they actually change display in the instrument cluster. So let me show you that what they do. And this is what happens. So you change it. This is an eco, normal, and sport. Makes it nice, red, a little bit more sporty mode, but that disappears after a while and goes back to your regular display, with the exception you do have that red background in here. So go back in here. I actually like this console over here with the same simulated wood trim as you see on the doors. And then you do have your regular shifter. Let's see how the rear view camera looks like on this vehicle. Go up here. So now you have the body color of the vehicle that you're sitting in, and I like that it does have the trajectory lines, especially from the top down, as well as the regular trajectory lines towards the back. So no complaints about the rear view camera. Actually, it is a pretty good quality. Takes up the entire screen, so really nice job, Toyota. And then you have another angle, like more narrow angle if you prefer that. As far as the settings, you can also adjust the camera settings, cornering view, view under vehicle, body color, so you can check that out. But overall, a nice job on this. Shifter in the right place, looks and feels like the traditional shifter. You have your regular gears, plus you have your manual mode, which you can adjust up and down as far as the different gears. It is not a CVT transmission. You have the regular 8-gear transmission, and this is a nice feature too. You don't have to open the whole thing. You can just slide it open to reach inside of it. There's a little shelf on top, a little bit more space in at the bottom. Moving up here, does it have the digital mirror? It seemed like it did, but I don't see the switch for it, so this one doesn't have it, but I know they are available with this digital mirror. Would be a nice feature to have. Again, there's a warning that Toyota is spying on you unless you call them, so make sure if when you buy the vehicle you call them up and say, hey, stop spying on me, unless you of course don't care. And then here's your sunglasses holder, and this is the rear view mirror for the kids. Now you do have the panoramic sunroof. It's pretty nice size, opens up all the way. Wow, look how much light now we have inside of this vehicle. And then you can open up the sunroof itself. So here it is. This is the interior of this vehicle. One other thing to check, if it does have the mirror, and it does on driver and passenger side. So far it looks and feels very nice. Now let's take it for a spin. Guys, the vehicle is running. I'm ready to take it for a spin, but before we do that, as always, let's check out what trim levels are available on the 2023 Highlander. So it starts with L, and that starts at $37,755. LE 40,155, hybrid LE 41,555, XLE 43,155, hybrid XLE 44,555, XSE 44,750, Hybrid XLE Bronze Edition, $47,315. Hybrid Bronze Edition, $47,315. Limited, $47,410. Hybrid Limited, $48,810. Platinum, $50,610. And Hybrid Platinum at $52,010. Whew! There is 11 different trims to choose from. So definitely, you can customize it to the way you like it. There's two different engine options. One of them is the hybrid, which is the 2.5 liter Atkinson cycle engine with the hybrid system. And then there's this 2.4 liter turbocharged engine without the hybrid. Now, as far as the gas mileage, 22 in the city, 29 on the expressway, which, you know, is more than on my Pilot, 25 combined. I'm liking it so far. Let's take it for a spin. Before we actually take it on the road, I'd like to check out the turning on this vehicle. So let's look like we're crazy and do some circles in the middle of this lot. Turn the steering wheel all the way to the left, and let's go. Super tight. Wow. What about the agility? A little bit of a body roll in here. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit on the softer side, just like we did on the Lexus. Speed it up and hit the brakes really quick so I don't do it on the road and endanger anybody. Let's do that. Acceleration actually pretty decent. And hit the brakes. Not bad at all. Not bad. And you know, one of the things that I want to mention, it is super quiet. Okay, you can barely hear the engine. Very nicely insulated vehicle. You can barely hear the road or the engine noise. So that's a huge plus. Feels comfortable, soft, just like more of a Lexus-like feel. A little bit of a floaty, but you know, not bad. I mean, you can still definitely feel like you're in control of this vehicle, but you don't feel any of the bumps that come with it. Before I came here to review this vehicle, I've read a few write-ups, and I have to tell you that I disagree with some of them. Some of them said that, hey, you know, this is in the middle of the range as far as the midsize SUVs lineup. And I've reviewed pretty much every midsize SUV that there is on the market. I was very impressed with the Kia Telluride and Hyundai Palisade. I haven't gotten the new Pilot yet because it's not technically out. It has been released, but not at the dealers yet. But this has definitely caught my attention back up. Now, when I done it first in 2020, it was a really nice vehicle, but I didn't think like it was competing very well with the Palisade and the Telluride. And while both of them have been refreshed styling-wise from 2022 to 2023, they haven't really done any improvements as far as the drivetrain and powertrain and technology. They've always had the better technology, in my opinion, than the Toyota. Now, Toyota caught up with them, and this is a huge thing. Another thing, having a midsize SUV with 25 miles per gallon as a standard engine. Now, if you really want to go with 37 miles per gallon, you go with the hybrid. You go midsize SUV, 37 miles per gallon. You have the Toyota history of reliability, and you have a winning combination, in my opinion. So far, I am liking it more and more. I'm thinking of bringing my wife to the dealership, or maybe bringing this car home and letting her test drive it. I would be very curious of what her opinion would be on this vehicle, as it's generally a little bit different than mine. But I think she would actually like it a lot. The roominess is almost the same as on all the other midsize SUVs. The one that's a little bit more, it's the Jeep Grand Cherokee L. But I'm not sure I loved it when they first came out, and the technology and all of the bells and whistles, but you know, they've had some issues with those vehicles right away, with the electronics, with the engine. So, I mean, there you go. Now, with this, I think we can trust the brand enough to say that, hey, now we have a winning combination. Of course, few improvements could be done, like on any vehicle. I like the front fully LED light turn signal setup as well as in the back. That 360 camera, yes, it's got a great top view as we've seen, but the 360 itself and that spinning, you know, I'm not sure what that's all about, but overall it's very nice. I think I definitely would consider that for myself, for my family. So if you are in the market for a Toyota Highlander, weren't sure if you want to check it out, definitely go do so. Great improvement, in my opinion, for 2023 model year. If you're anywhere in Florida, go check out the guys at Ghetto Toyota of Charlotte County in Punta Gorda, Florida. They'll be happy to help you out. And if you're not, go check out your local dealership. Guys, one more thing for me to check out is the 0 to 60 acceleration. It's not rated very high on that, but then again, this is not why you buy a mid-size SUV. So we're gonna turn around right here and I'm gonna stop. There's nobody behind me. I'll let it go to 0, complete stop. Let's go. There you go. We had some wheel spin in the middle, in the beginning, and then we have 60 miles an hour right here. Not bad at all. Not bad whatsoever. I think it's great. It's 265 horsepower, so yes, on paper it's a little bit less than what we've seen on the previous generation ones. 20-25 horsepower less than we've seen on the previous gen one, but definitely I don't think it suffers anything as far as the performance of it. Overall, very positively impressed with this vehicle. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope you like the videos, and if you do, give me a like, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, check out the rest of it. Hope you'll find something that you like. Give me a subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.